Welcome to the Deep Dive, your ultimate shortcut to truly being well-informed on the topics that matter to you. Today, we're plunging into the fascinating world of meditation. Now, when you hear that word, maybe you picture someone, a serene lotus position, eyes closed, focusing on a third eye. It's a classic image, sure.
Right, but it's just one tiny corner, really, of a huge landscape.
Exactly.
Really.
What's so, intriguing about meditation is just how diverse it is. We're talking everything from those still inward practices to, active walking meditations, eyes open focus, or even detailed body scans. The practices are incredibly varied.
Yeah, and that's our mission today.
Yeah.
To move beyond those, let's say, common stereotypes and really explore the science. We're going to pull back the curtain on what's genuinely happening in your brain and body during meditation. And maybe more importantly, how those benefits kind of export into your everyday life. Think about how this knowledge can sharpen your focus, maybe elevate your mood, improve sleep, even boost physical performance. Yeah. The real power here, I think, is in understanding why certain practices give you specific results. Which raises a really crucial question. How do you strategically choose the right meditation for your goals?
Right.
Knowing the science behind it really empowers you to do exactly that. Whether you're looking to, say, help with depression symptoms, or maybe dramatically enhance your focus.
And here's where it gets really interesting, maybe a little counterintuitive even. We'll delve into how, as you actually get better at it and your brain starts shifting its fundamental traits, not just temporary states, you might actually need to meditate less to get profound, lasting benefits. Plus, we'll uncover a specific, pretty powerful form of meditation that has the potential to reduce your need for sleep. Seriously.
Yeah, while enhancing cognitive and physical abilities at the same time. It's quite something.
So by the end of this deep dive, you'll walk away not just with a toolkit of meditation practices, but with a clear understanding of why each one works for particular goals and, crucially, how to modify them. Fit them into your busy life.
Let's unpack it.
Definitely. Okay, so meditation, history, brain science, and your mind. To really appreciate where meditation is today, it helps to, briefly trace its journey into the mainstream. A key figure here was Jon Kabat-Zinn, especially with his book, Wherever You Go, There You Are. That was late 80s.
Right, and it's important to put that in context. I mean, earlier discussions about consciousness, I think 60s, 70s, people like Timothy Leary, they sometimes linked meditation with, psychedelics like LSD.
Oh, okay.
Kabat-Zinn's brilliance was really decoupling meditation from that whole counterculture image. He championed its practical, secular benefits, stress reduction, calmness, sleep. Get it accessible.
That shift was huge. Even then, though, it took time for universities to fund serious studies.
For sure.
But fast forward to the 2000s, and we saw a really big change. Major tech companies, Google, Apple, started integrating it into their wellness programs. Now, you might think meditation's commonly accepted, which it is, kind of, but it's vital to remember, exercise. It's not just one thing.
Exactly. Not monolithic at all.
Yeah.
Different forms, different workouts give you very different results. Focus, sleep, mood, depends what you're after.
So what's actually going on under the hood when you meditate? It's not just, clearing your mind. You're consciously engaging and, reshaping specific brain areas, key areas for self-awareness, decision-making.
Yeah, think of it like actively training a very sophisticated neural command center. This command center involves a network of structures. You're constantly interpreting what's happening inside and outside your body. One key part, the left dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, or LDPFC for short, just behind your left forehead, acts like an interpreter, helps you make sense of emotions, bodily sensations, guides good decisions.
Got it, interpreter.
Then there's the anterior cingulate cortex, the ACC. It's crucial for reading bodily signals, heart rate, breathing speed, and asking, is this appropriate right now?
Like the example you gave, fast heart rate climbing stairs makes sense.
Exactly. But not when you're trying to relax. The ACC gets input from your amygdala, your threat detector, but also your heart, your gut.
Wow, okay. And there's a third part.
Yes, the insula. It works closely with the ACC. It interprets both your internal state and external cues to see if they match up. Is that feeling of unease actually matching what's happening around you?
So this triad, LDPFC, ACC, insula, they're constantly talking. A neural conversation.
Precisely. Processing feelings, thoughts, past, present, future, and checking their relevance against the outside world. And our human ability to think about the past or future adds a whole other layer to that conversation. It's complex.
Okay, this brings us to another really cool concept. Perception as a flexible spotlight. You can direct it narrowly, like focusing just on your big toe, or broaden it out.
Right. And you can even split it between 2 points. That control comes from your prefrontal cortex. And we can categorize this spotlight. On one end, there's interoception.
Sensing inside the skin.
Yeah, your heartbeat, your stomach, body temperature, all that internal stuff. On the other end is exteroception, sensing everything outside your skin.
Sights, sounds, smells around you.
Exactly.
So closing your eyes in meditation, that's a big shift towards interoception, right? Cuts down the external noise.
It does, profoundly.
Mhm.
Makes it easier to focus inward. But here's a nuance. More interoception isn't always better.
Oh.
Well, someone with high anxiety might be too aware of tiny bodily shifts, which can actually ramp up their anxiety.
Okay. That makes sense.
Conversely, someone with really low awareness might miss important signals from their body. So the takeaway is there's no inherent good or bad bias. It depends on the context and, your needs right then.
Which leads perfectly into this landmark study. This one really made me think. A wandering mind is an unhappy mind. Killingsworth and Gilbert, Science 2010, foundational stuff.
It helps us understand what's happening when our attention isn't focused. It relates to the default mode network, or DMN. That's the network that activates when your mind wanders thinking about the past, future, just stuff unrelated to the present moment. Stimulus-independent thought.
And the study design was, well, pretty clever for its time. They used iPhones.
Right. Over 2,200 adults got pinged randomly through the day.
Yeah.
Asked 3 things. What are you doing? How are you feeling? And what are you thinking about right now?
Simple questions, profound results.
Incredibly clear findings. People's minds wandered almost half the time. Didn't matter much what they were doing, except humorously during sex. That was the one activity where minds didn't tend to wander.
Okay. But the main point.
The crucial finding.
Yeah.
People reported being less happy when their minds were wandering, even if the thoughts were pleasant.
Really? Even pleasant thoughts?
Yes. The mismatch between what they were doing and where their mind was. That predicted unhappiness.
Wow. So what does this mean for you listening? It powerfully shows that being fully present, engaged in the moment, whatever you're doing, that's a massive predictor of happiness.
Exactly, and that's a primary benefit meditation actively trains, bringing your mind back to the here and now.
Okay, so this research actually gives you a practical tool right now. Before you even start meditating, just take a second, check in. Are you more interoceptively biased right now, stuck in your head, focus on internal stuff, or more exteroceptively biased, easily pulled away by things happening around you? This can change, hour by hour.
Yeah, it really can. And to maximize neuroplasticity, your brain's amazing ability to change the strategy is to consciously work against your default bias at that moment.
Okay, so how does that work?
If you find yourself easily distracted by sounds, cars outside, whatever, choose an interoceptive meditation. Eyes closed, really focus hard on your breath, or maybe that third eye point.
Force the focus inward.
Right. Conversely, if you're totally stuck in your head, ruminating, looping thoughts, go for an exteroceptive one. Eyes open. Focus on a plant, something outside the window, the horizon.
Pull your attention outward.
Precisely.
It reminds me of something my graduate advisor always said. If something were easy, there is absolutely zero reason for your neural circuits to change.
That's brilliant. It's the challenge, that bit of friction when you push against your default.
That's the signal.
That's the signal for your brain and body to adapt, to grow, to change, which raises that important question many people have. If my mind wanders during meditation, am I failing?
Yeah, people beat themselves up about that.
Absolutely not failing. Meditation is a refocusing practice. That's what it is inherently. Every single time you notice, oh, my mind wandered, and you gently, kindly bring it back.
You're doing a rep.
You're doing a rep. You're building neural circuitry. You're climbing this staircase of refocusing.
Yeah.
Each return is a step up, strengthening those attention muscles.
I like that. Staircase of refocusing. Okay, let's talk breathing. Your breath pattern during meditation isn't just background music. It's an active tool, right? An internal control panel.
It really is. You can deliberately use it to shift your brain and body state. And it's interesting to distinguish types of breath work. You have things like Wim Hof breathing, that cyclic hyperventilation.
Right, that gets you really amped up.
Exactly, designed to spike adrenaline, increase alertness. But most traditional meditations use slower, more controlled breathing and just focusing deliberately on the breath. The physical sensation of the diaphragm moving, that naturally pulls your attention toward interoception.
Okay, and you gave a simple rule for this. Can you remind us?
Sure, it's quite straightforward. If your inhales are longer or more vigorous than your exhales, you tend to get more alert.
Inhale, alert, got it.
If your exhales are longer or more vigorous than your inhales, you tend to become more calm and relaxed.
Exhale, calm, simple.
And if they're balanced, you generally maintain your current state.
So how do you apply that strategically?
Well, the more complex or, let's say, non-automatic your breathing pattern is, like specific counts, holds, the more attention it demands. So if you're stuck in your head, maybe use natural, easy, cyclic breathing during an exteroceptive practice. Frees up mental bandwidth.
Right, don't make the breath too demanding if you need focus elsewhere.
But if external stuff is really distracting you, using a deliberate, non-default breathing pattern can force that interoceptive focus. Pull your attention inside.
Okay, that's super practical.
Yeah.
Now let's unpack another key continuum. Interoception versus dissociation. We know interoception is sensing inside. What's dissociation in this context?
Dissociation here means a lack of bodily awareness, feeling removed from your conscious experience or physical sensations. We often think of it in terms of trauma, like an out-of-body feeling, but milder forms happen all the time.
Like being so absorbed in work you don't realize you're hungry or need to stretch.
Exactly that. Or zoning out during a commute.
So you used an analogy like a mental ball bearing on this continuum.
Yeah, or think of it like a volume dial for internal awareness. Ideally, in good mental health, it's like a V-shaped or U-shaped trench. You're balanced in the middle, you can feel things, but you're not overwhelmed, and you're not completely checked out.
Okay, balanced in the middle.
But things like, say, sleep deprivation can change the shape of that trench, makes it more like a convex mountain peak. Meaning you're more prone to ping-ponging to the extremes. Either extreme interoception, feeling overwhelmed by every little sensation, or extreme dissociation, totally checked out, numb.
I see. And meditation helps.
Meditation helps you practice deliberately moving along that continuum. It helps you maintain that healthy, balanced middle ground, strengthening the trench.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've established meditation has loads of benefits: mood, focus, stress, pain. But the critical point is tailoring the practice to the goal.
Absolutely essential. And here's a fascinating insight. Traditional third eye focused meditations, like the 13-minute daily practice studied by Dr. Wendy Suzuki at NYU. They are fantastic for enhancing focus, mood, and memory. Really robust effects. But precisely because they are focusing exercises, engaging that prefrontal cortex, they can actually interfere with sleep if you do them right before bed. They can be stimulating.
Okay, that's huge. So what do you do if your goal is better sleep, or falling back asleep, or maybe even needing less sleep overall?
For that, you want to explore practices like Yoga Nidra, or non-sleep deep rest, often called NSDR.
NSDR. Okay, how is that different?
Fundamentally different. These practices are essentially anti-focus. They often involve body scans, but the goal is to reduce prefrontal cortex activity.
Yeah.
To let go. Studies show they significantly reduce cortisol, that main stress hormone.
That's big for sleep?
Huge. And they can replenish neuromodulators like dopamine chemicals linked to mood, motivation, alertness, so you actually feel more alert after the practice.
Unlike the focusing meditations, which might make you feel sharp but maybe too wired for sleep.
Exactly. NSDR is highly effective for chronic insomnia, for replenishing after sleep loss. It's a very different tool for a very different purpose than sharpening focus.
Got it. NSDR for sleep and restoration. Traditional focus for, well, focus and mood. Okay, let's talk about a practice you developed that kind of brings all these elements together. Space-time bridging, or STB meditation.
Yes, STB. It's designed to build that flexible attention we've been talking about. It leverages this really cool link between where you focus your eyes and how you perceive time.
How does that work?
Basically, focusing nearby or internally tends to make you fine slice time. Things feel slower, more detailed. Focusing far away leads to broader time bends. Time feels like it passes in larger chunks.
Interesting.
So STB consciously exercises shifting between these modes.
Can you walk us through the basics? I know we can link to a full guide.
Sure.
Briefly, it involves a sequence moving your attention deliberately. 1. Start eyes closed. Pure interoception, third eye or breath. Hold for 3 full breaths. 2, open eyes. Focus on your hand at arm's length. Indy, your breath. Splitting attention. 3 breaths.
Splitting interior and exterior.
3, shift focus. Look at something 10, 15 feet away and do your breath. 3 breaths. 4, shift again. Look at the furthest point horizon out the window. A and D breath. 3 breaths. 5, expand awareness. Contemplate being on Earth in the vast universe. A and D breath.
3 breaths really broadens the
Yes.
perspective.
Close eyes. Back to pure interoception. 3 breaths.
The whole sequence dynamically trains your ability to place and shift your focus.
That's the so what. Why is this so useful?
The so what is profound, really. It trains your ability to deliberately move along that whole interoceptive, exteroceptive spectrum. It builds flexible, dynamic attention. That's crucial for navigating, well, life, work, relationships. Everything demands different types of focus. This practice helps prevent you from getting locked in one mode, like, doom scrolling on your phone for hours. Makes you more adaptable, more present.
Fantastic. Okay, let's try to quickly recap the key takeaways for everyone listening. You now have tools, real tools, to assess your own internal-external bias in the moment. You know how to use specific breathing patterns to dial up alertness or dial down into calm. And you can choose the right type of practice for specific goals, NSDR or Yoga Nidra for sleep and deep rest.
Right. And more traditional focus meditation for boosting mood, memory, and concentration. And this really brings up the most important question. What will you do consistently?
Ah, yes. Consistency is king.
Always. That's the biggest factor. And by deliberately engaging with practices that maybe challenge your default state a bit, you're not just meditating, you're actively using neuroplasticity. You're shaping a healthier, more adaptable mind to better serve you in, well, everything you do.
Love it. And here's maybe a final provocative thought for you to take away and mull over. This ability we've been talking about to flexibly, dynamically adjust your attention and perception, to fully engage when you need to, and kind of disengage or broaden out when that's beneficial.
Yeah.
That's a kind of superpower. It really extends way beyond the meditation cushion. It's arguably the key to experiencing life more richly, responding to challenges more effectively.
And finding more peace and presence day to day.
Exactly. So keep exploring how you can consciously direct your own awareness. It's powerful stuff.